Hi guys, my name is Eric and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's hot, so I also just wanted to be extra. You probably hear my fan in the background, but it's not angled towards me, so I just wanted to be extra and just show off the fan that I got in Disney a couple weeks ago, so love that for me. Anyways, I have not been on this channel in over a month. I apologize. I just haven't felt the energy or the time or the inspiration just to actually just film, because I have not filmed for y'all in a while. And it feels a little weird for me to just sit down and film because I have not done it in a while. It's been over a month. Crazy. Trust and believe for the rest of the year, I will hold myself accountable for not being consistent on YouTube. Trust and believe me that. So you will be seeing me more on this YouTube channel. So anyway, that's 3 good ones. I don't even know how many good ones that was. That was a good one. So many good ones. Anyway, let's actually get into the video now, shall we? So today's video, we're going to be doing an eyeshadow palette collection video. I want to keep this video very short. I know that's not going to happen, so I recommend grabbing your snacks, grabbing your beverages, whatever you like to drink, whatever you like to eat, maybe even your dinner. I don't know. Lunch, breakfast, whatever time you're watching this. If you're interested to see what I have in my collection, eyeshadow palette wise, keep on watching. First, we're gonna start off with Maybelline, and this is the Nudes of New York. I'm not gonna go into detail about, oh, this color is like amazing, whatever. I'm just gonna be like, oh, I like this palette. This is what it looks like. And it's $14. If you're interested, go get it. I love this palette. I don't mind it, but yeah, it's good. I never tried Maybelline eyeshadows before, and this makes me actually interested in trying out more eyeshadows from them. Next is BH Cosmetics, and this is the Trendy in Tokyo eyeshadow palette. Sometimes I forget about it, honestly. It's like, oh, it's rainbows, it's bright colors, but the unique shades in here is this bright green, is called Wasabi and Tempura. I have used this palette a couple of times, and I don't mind the quality, but I always forget about it when I'm in a sea of other colorful palettes. So it's good, it's affordable, it's like $16 at Ulta, or you can get it on BH Cosmetics website. Next is Wet n Wild, and this is the Color Icon Tan Pan eyeshadow palette. The glare from the windows does not do me justice, but this is what it looks like. It's this more cool tone. I don't really reach for cool tones like that, but diversity. Overall, this palette, it's not bad. It's not my favorite eyeshadows in my entire life of playing with eyeshadows, but it's affordable. It's like $6 at Target or Walmart or wherever you find Wet n Wild. So yeah, not mad about this. I am proud to say that I am an owner of a Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette. Naughty Nude from Huda Beauty. Love this palette. The only downfall about this is the slippery shade. If you don't know what it is, this color right here. It's called Slippery. Yeah, that's what it looks like swatched. It's not that mad. It's not that bad, but I always swatch it, but never play with it on the eye. But the mattes, the beautiful mattes in here are gorgeous. I love the mattes in here. I do love the shimmers in here, but the colors like Shameless, Please Me, Irresistible, Flower Power, those type shades have little specks of glitter, and when you wipe it off, glitter everywhere, which I'm not a fan of, but that's what happens when you deal with glitter. You get it everywhere. But overall, I'm glad that I paid like $50 for this. I did not pay full price for this. I paid with a little gift card, and I got 10% off with the Beauty Insider sale that was going on Sephora. That was like a couple of weeks ago. Love this. This is the Urban Decay Naked Honey, and this is my only and first ever in my collection Urban Decay eyeshadow palette, Urban Decay Naked palette, because the Naked series is just like very popular in the Urban Decay world, and this is by far one of my favorites, obviously, because I watched plenty of reviews and everyone says that this is their #1 favorite, and I actually agree. And plus, hello, this is the time where the glare from the window does justice because this makes me hypnotized just looking at this. Next is Malicious Women Cosmetics, and this is the palette that contains pure fuckery. I mean, you don't want to be wasting fucks, so why not? Anyway, this is certified cruelty-free. This is natural ingredients, high pigment, literally all of it's in the back. And all the shades are neutrals with some pinks and some rose golds and this beautiful shade called So Many Fucks. All the shades are fuck this, fuck that, fuck it, fuck you, fuck my life. Literally, I just pick it up and it's like, I'm using the shade fuck you. Like, how hilarious is that? Hello? It's not that bad of a palette, but sometimes I forget about it, to be honest, because honestly, if you look at it, it's just neutrals, which I have a lot of, but a brand that I've never heard of and their eyeshadow quality is good, not that mad about it. But I'm pretty sure it's like $30, which I would get on a sale, to be honest. Next is I Heart Revolution. This is the Tasty Avocado palette. I was interested in getting the S'mores palette, but I just looked at this and was like, oh, it's okay. It's good quality, but it's not my favorite eyeshadow quality in the entire world. I definitely have green shades and shimmer shades in general that are much better. So overall, I'm glad that I have this because whenever I reach for greens, I reach for this as well as my hot jalapeno from e.l.f. and other green shades that I have in my collection, but overall, I forget about it, to be honest. Next brand is LA Girl, and this is the nudist eyeshadow palette. We're having a running theme here. I love browns and nudes. So, no exception. Hello. I mean, I have not used this palette that much to determine my full-on opinion on this, but I have used a couple of the shades and they're not mad. They're not bad. Not my favorite eyeshadow quality in the world, but they're affordable and they're good quality though. Next brand is Profusion Cosmetics, and this is the basics, literally basics. And this is basic neutrals. We're having a running theme here. Like I said, browns, chocolate browns, and golds. There's only 2 metallics in here, and I feel like that's all you really need. And you'll also need a color in the inner corner and brow. But anyway, overall, this palette, pigmentation-wise, it's not bad, but if you're interested in getting this palette, I don't know where you can get this, because I bought mine at TJ Maxx. But yeah, I would recommend go seeing it to see if they're there, but not mad, not that bad of a quality. I'm interested in trying out more eyeshadows from them. Next brand is probably controversial. Actually, it is controversial, but Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I have Conspiracy, Shane Dawson, and Jeffree Star, which I use this more as a collector's item. I don't really use it that much. Sometimes I forget about it, and then I look at it and predict what look I'm gonna do, and then put it back. I don't play with it at all. But yeah, this is actually my first ever Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palette with the little clasp. What it looks like. See? And plus, hello, the designs on the palette, makes me not even want to use it, but I have to use it because makeup expires. And thank God I purchased this half off, or like Black Friday sale, so I did not pay full price for this. Next is the Androgyny palette from Jeffree Star, and I wanted to try out his older eyeshadow palettes, and overall, not bad of a quality, but I only reach for like 1 or 2 shades in here. I can't create like a full-on like standalone look with this palette, but overall, it's okay. Next brand is e.l.f., and I have 3 eyeshadow palettes from them. One being the e.l.f. Chipotle collection, and why did I buy this? I bought this because of the hype. Who am I? But this is what it looks like. The palette's actually not that bad. I actually love the metallics in here. And these 2 shades, this yellow and this red, have specks of glitter in there, which I don't really care for, but overall the mattes in here are gorgeous. They're pigmented, so if you're able to get your hands on this, I would recommend this. And the last 2 palettes I have from e.l.f. are the Pumpkin Pie, which is this one, and the Hot Jalapeno, which is this one. I always go with the I Heart Revolution Tasty Avocado, and I always put these two together. So not that bad, but I can't use this mini palette as a standalone because the two matte shades are dark for my complexion, so I need a transition shade. But overall, for $3 for these, not mad about this. Next brand is Ulta, and I have 3 of the WandaVision collection. They're all categorized by decades. So this one is the 70s with bronze shimmers and pop of purple, which my favorite, obviously. And next is the 80s and the 90s, which this one. And this one is the 50s and 60s, which is just cool tone matte shades. And only one shimmer, which is this one. Overall, not mad about the quality, but I always predict what look I'm gonna do, and then I never do it. So anyway, it's good quality, but anyway, I'm interested in trying out more eyeshadows from Ulta. But the next one from Ulta is the 6-piece eyeshadow palette. This came in a big box with a whole lot of palettes, a whole lot of stuff from the Harry Potter collection. And I got Gryffindor because I love red. Not because I'm a Gryffindor, I'm a Ravenclaw. I'm a Ravenclaw. I took the quiz and on Wizarding World, and I'm Ravenclaw. I want a Gryffindor because of the red. I love red. Blue, even though I'm wearing blue right now, not really a fan of blue. The color blue, so yeah. Next is Anastasia, and I have 4 eyeshadow palettes from them. 2 of them are the exact same. I have 2 of the Jackie Aina palette. I got both on because, oh my god, packaging is stunning. At first when this came out, I was not really interested. I was like, oh, it's not made for me, because the 2 dark shade, the transition shades are not made for me. But the shimmers in here, the Zam color, this color called Zam, put a bright in the crease, put that color Zam on your lid with some glitter glue, wing liner, lashes, mascara, and you'll have a bomb look. Obviously this one has been ripped into because I try to open it without having to ruin the packaging because the packaging is just that stunning, hello. But yeah, I bought these 2 items on Anastasia's website. So I have Soft Glam and I have Alyssa Edwards. Alyssa Edwards is not my favorite Anastasia palette. Yeah, honestly. I bought it just because of the packaging and the collaboration in itself because I love Alyssa. I love Alyssa. So yeah, palette, not that bad, but yeah, not really my favorite Anastasia eyeshadow palette. But I purchased this at Marshall's, which thank God I did not pay $45 full price for this, thank God. But I did pay full price for this as well. Soft Glam, by far one of my favorite Anastasia palettes, and it's been abused. Specifically this burnt orange shade. I love that color, burnt orange, in my crease, and just, like I said, put one of those shimmer shadows all over the lid, wing liner, lashes, mascara, and be out the door. So, love this palette. I need a break after that, oh my goodness. And plus I need a break because we're about to get into the 3 bigger piles, the biggest piles of palettes. Oh my god, I need a break. But anyway, first big pile is ColourPop. Yeah, it's a lot. This video makes me realize how much of a makeup addict I am. But the first 2 palettes are the exact same, duplicates. So I have 2 of the Mandalorian ColourPop palette. This one is still in this packaging, so I'm not even gonna open that one. And this one is the one that I've been abusing. I love this brown, this undertone of brown in my crease. Love that shade. The other green shades in here are gorgeous as well, but I always reach for this brown. I always reach for it, just like a Tatooine. You can't even see it anymore because it's just that loved as well. So I'm glad I have a backup. So The next two palettes are Disney and Bambi, and I have Thumper and I have Bambi. I wanted Bambi a lot more than Thumper, because Bambi is more browns, literally more browns and the yellow gold. And this palette, whatever. It's good pigmentation in here, but you do get a lot of kick up in here. So if you're not a fan of fallout in the actual eyeshadow pan, you're not gonna like this. Thumper is more cool tone, and this is what it looks like. This yellow, what am I saying? This green and this pink rose gold shade all over the lid. Perfect for the spring months, maybe even the summer months. But those shades are gorgeous all over the lid. But the cool tones, I don't really reach for cool tones that much, but it's nice to have cool tones in your collection. Next is the Lizzie McGuire What Dreams Are Made Of palette. I did 2 looks with this palette. I was gonna do a tutorial with this, but I ended up not doing it because it made no sense getting it later while everybody else was doing tutorials with it as well. So it makes no sense. Let me know if you're interested in seeing any tutorials with any of these eyeshadow palettes I'm doing this video, but overall, quality is not that bad, and I actually bought this because how cute the mirror is. I love the size of the mirror that they put in this palette. The next 2 palettes are the Frozen 2 collection and Elsa, which is this one. I love this silver, and I love this Ice Crystals Duochrome. Northern Lights is this one, and Ice Crystals is this color, this silver. Quality is amazing, love it. Next is Anna, and this one has not even been touched, because I did have another one previously, which I loved, that one that I bought like literally when this entire collection first came out, but I got rid of that one, so I have a backup. Next is Blow and Smoke, and this was gray and silver and black shadows. So it's nice to have this palette because diversity, but I don't really use gray eyeshadows all the time, but it's nice to have this, and quality is actually pretty good. $12, love it. Next palettes I have from ColourPop are more Disney collaborations, but I have Mulan and I have Hocus Pocus. The collaborations that Disney does with ColourPop is just stunning. That makes me want to buy more, but they don't sell these palettes anymore from Hocus Pocus and Mulan, but I love Mulan a lot more. There's half cool tones, half warm tones. Obviously, I reach for the warm tones a lot more. There's some pressed glitters in here, not really my favorite. But my favorite shade in here is this red called Undefeated. I don't have a color similar to that in my entire collection, so it would be lovely to see if I can get a single, or maybe find a similar shadow in another palette, but all the other red shadows are more auburn or more orange tone, and I want red. Like this color red, like a true red metallic. That's what I want. Next is Hocus Pocus, and this On Toast color is in my Z palette, so I took that eyeshadow out. And overall, I'm glad that I had this palette because it's limited edition. But overall, if they really, I don't know if I really like this color story though. I really wish they could have taken away that pressed glitter and maybe added a pop of orange. I don't know, maybe that would have spiced it up. But overall, I'm glad that I have this palette. The last ColourPop palette I have is Fade Into Hue, and I'm interested in getting Bare Necessities and Stone Cold Fox. More neutrals, but I know I'm gonna use them. But this is the rainbow version. I'm glad that I had this palette because there's some pastel colors in here, some orange metallic, yellow metallic, some purples, the blues, the greens. These are more like a pink undertone, not red, but more pink. But overall, I got this for Christmas last year and not mad about having this. I'm gonna go rapid fire with this Juvia's Place pile because, let me show y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm gonna go rapid fire with Juvia's. First being the Berries Mini by Juvia's. Love this palette. It's cute. I wasn't expecting to hit pan on that shade, but I did. The two dark mattes in here, not really my favorite because they're patchy, but overall, good quality. Next is the Nubian 2 by Juvia's. I actually have the entire Nubian series. So the Nubian 2, which is this one. My favorite shade in here is Egypt. Next is the Nubian 3 Coral. Love this one. I've been lusting over this palette for a while. I did a look recently with this chocolate metallic. Loved every second of it, so I'm glad that I have this. Next is the Nubian 1. Probably my favorite. The Warrior 1 and the Nubian 1 are my favorite Juvia's Place palettes. Obviously, more browns, so love this. Next palette is the Warrior 2 by Juvia's. I like this palette. Overall, not that mad about it, but yeah, this black shadow right here. Funny story, it actually cracked. I didn't toss it, I didn't throw it, but I guess I put it on the floor and it cracked. Guess it's that sensitive, I don't know. But yeah, it cracked. And that made me scared to try out this palette because I bought it $15. It was like $5 off at Ulta. And I would always touch it and I always get black eyeshadow all over my fingers. Which, like, why? But anyway. Overall, now that that black eyeshadow is gone, I'm not really upset about it because I have a lot of black eyeshadow and a lot of other palettes. So I'm not really mad about having that black eyeshadow. But good quality. Love it though. Next palette is the Saharan Volume 1, and I actually really do love this palette. I like it because of the shimmers. The black eyeshadow is gorgeous as well, like I said. With the Warrior 2, I didn't really need the black because this black is good. But overall, the shimmers in here are gorgeous. The mattes in here are gorgeous as well. I love this brown called Katsina. Chad is gorgeous, this black. But yeah, it's good. I like it. Next palette is the Warrior 1, and this is one of my favorites. I did say the Nubian 1 was my favorite, but this is my second favorite because it's browns and it's mostly just shimmers in here and then 3 mattes. But the shimmers in here are gorgeous. They're blinding. You can see this from far away. Like, they're that gorgeous. So I love this palette. I would get this again. Next is the Warrior 3, and I basically have the entire Nubian series and I have the full Warrior 3 Warrior series. So I don't have the Saharan 2, but I do want that one if it ever does come back. But anyway, Warrior 3, love it. I always reach for the blues in here, but honestly sometimes I forget about it because I have a lot of other rainbows eyeshadow palettes that I use a lot more. But honestly, good quality though. I am interested in the Zulu palette. I don't know why though. But anyway, last 2 palettes, actually the last 3, are the Nomad, the Magic Mini, and the Masquerade Mini. The Masquerade Mini is this one, which I can't use as a standalone palette, but overall the top 2 rows are my favorite. Magic Mini is this one. I loved this palette because of the shimmers, but I've experienced these 2 dark mattes, Ife and this one. Experienced a little bit of patchiness with them and I don't really care for that. So I always reach for this palette just for the shimmers. But the shimmers are amazing though. I would buy this palette just for the shimmers because they're that good. And they're that unique in my entire collection, to which I don't have in a lot of other palettes. The last one is the Nomad, and this is what I consider grunge because it's more earth tones, more olivey greens. My 2 favorite shades in this palette is this dark olivey green shade and this light metallic shade in the middle. Love that shade. Love those 2 shades. Everything else is good in here, but sometimes. I don't really reach for grunge that much, but whenever I reach for grunge, I go to this one. The last pile of palettes are from Morphe, and this made me realize I need to stop buying more Morphe eyeshadow palettes. For now, but let me actually go through the eyeshadow palettes that I do own. And this is my Morphe pile, and it's a lot. It's actually really heavy right now. Oh my god. Ugh, put you down. First being the 18-2 Truth or Dare palette. Yeah, cool tones, some warm tones here, and overall not that bad of a palette, but yeah, it's good quality though. I would get this palette again. Next is the Madison Beer Channel Surfing Artistry palette, and overall it's good. I do love the black in here, but man, it's okay. I would not get this again though. Next is Maddie Ziegler. Why did I want this? Because of the third row. What do you mean third row? The third row, this blue, yellow, this purple, and this mint, and this pink. But do I really reach for this palette that much? No. I always forget that I have it though, but I'm glad that I have it just for the third row. Next is a palette that I actually regret buying. I paid half off for this, which thank God I did not pay full price for this. Nikita Dragon X Morphe. Why did I buy this? I could have bought something a lot better than this. Maybe even a liquid lipstick, but this is what it looks like. Why did I buy this? Still, I only reached for the browns in here. Even then, they're good. They're good quality. But overall, why did I buy this? It's a palette that I definitely would never get, period, to be honest. Because it's colors that I already have. Another controversy type palette, the Morphe X James Charles Mini and Big Boy. Big sister, I guess. The big one, I don't really use that much. Because, I don't know. But yeah, there's that one and the mini one. I love the mini one a lot more than the big one. I like the big one because the pan sizes are huge and I can literally get in with a brush. But I can go in with the brush, but the pan sizes are a little bit too small. But anyway, I love this palette just so I can travel with, and I'm glad that I have this. I will be getting another one just in case. I don't know whenever it's going to go on sale, but I would get this on sale. Next is the Morphe Pride Collection palette, the collection that they came out with in 2019. I cannot get rid of this palette because it's sentimental to me, because this finger, not the ring, not the finger, but the ring is rainbow. I, in fact, am a gay man, gay Latino man, and the meaning behind this, you bought this palette and the brush collection, which I also do have the brush collection from this collection as well, which I love. I use mostly all the brushes still to this day. The meaning behind this went to a good cause for the Trevor Project. I would recommend Googling what it does, but it went to charity. So I cannot get rid of this. I've had it for 1.5 years now, but if they do bring it back, I'm interested in getting it. But how abused it is. I always go through the rainbows in here, then the rainbows in other palettes, but makes me love it even more. Actually, the last 3, I'm just going to show you the last 2 right now. The Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 I bought recently, so it's like not even abused as much. Not even abused as much as my Volume 2. Like, I've had this since last year, since it came out. I wasn't thinking about this palette. I wasn't gonna get it at first, but I can confidently say that this palette actually got me through 2020. The rough year that we all had last year, and I wish I could get a single in Positivity, this coral shade, because I don't have a coral like that in any other palette, even though I did just talk about the Nubian 3 coral. But it's nice to have more than one backup, you know, but would I get this palette again? No. The Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette that everybody loved back in 2017, and now certain people don't really buy anymore. Certain people, not everybody. But I love this palette. I do love the browns in here. I have not used every single color in here. SPM, Smoky But Natural. I actually really do love that shade. So I'm glad that I have this palette. I've been wanting it for a while, and I'm glad that I have it. The last palette in my collection, the 35S Sweet Oasis palette from Morphe. I wanted this palette because of the packaging. It's gorgeous. I mean, hello, it's gorgeous. But the teal section over here, the teal section in that baby pink called Love Struck. If you do have this palette, I love this palette. I don't use it as much as my other eyeshadow palettes that I use the most. But for the pinks in here, for the teals, I always go to this one. Love this one. So that is all of my eyeshadow palettes. Oh my god, I need a rest after this because it's been a long journey. I even lost count on how many eyeshadow palettes I have. This is how many eyeshadow palettes I have right here. After editing this video, obviously. So basically, that is my entire eyeshadow palette collection. Let me know if you're interested in watching more tutorials with any of these eyeshadow palettes. If there is any specific one you want me to do. And I will do that for y'all. And let me know down in the comments down below what videos you want me to make next. Maybe it's a challenge video because I have not done a challenge video in a while. Follow me on my social media, like, comment, share this video amongst your friends. Don't forget to turn that bell for post notifications. Subscribe if I didn't say that already. And go watch my previous video if you haven't yet already. Follow me on my social media as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.